Hi there, this is video 329, yet another one of the triple set theory questions. All right, 750 students were surveyed to see if they were using green transportation to get to school. So 370 used public transportation, cycled in public, walk in public, walk and cycle, walk, cycle, and oh, I'm excited. I don't know about you, but anytime they give me the middle number, life is just so much easier. Okay. 445 students cycle or use public transportation. Okay, so we got to watch here. Notice this one says or, and these ones up here we're saying and. So I think this one's going to require really, really close reading. And 265 students walk or cycle. And the other thing, how many students use green transportation for traveling to and from school? This gives me a hint. I suspect there's going to be some students that don't use green transportation. So we're going to draw our circle, and then there's going to be some students over here that don't use green transportation. So I'm not going to get all in a fluster if when I add up all of my numbers, I don't get 750. So that's just a hint. That's called, I've done these questions like this for a while, and you start to pick up on stuff. All right, let's do this. So let's start with our diagram and make it big. I keep trying to make stuff small and it just, you can't see anything. It gets all messy. All right. So this is public transit, and this is cycle, and this is going to be walk. And before we do any further, public transit and cycle. Again, this is just me, but it just makes my life easier if I do my intersections. And this is going to be cycle and walk. And then this one is going to be walk and public transportation. And that's going to be all of them. All right. Oh, and you know what? We can do this. But again, I'm thinking they're sneaky. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some students that don't use green transportation. So my total might not be 750. All right. My excitement is right here. Right there. That's the number in the middle, and we know that number. The last question we did about last video about the dogs and the cats and the birds, and we had to do the guessing. Ew, that's like work. But usually, I say usually because I haven't done this question, if we know that middle number, there's a lot less guessing it. Check it. So there's 20, and I'm going to do that because I know that's the right number. Now, 370 students use public transport. I'm going to put that out there because it doesn't say anything about whether they cycle or walk or bike. Okay, I just said cycle, walk, bike. You know what I mean. All right. So there's that one. Now, that's just public transport. So that means in the circle, there's 370. Now, 100 students cycle and use public transit. So cycle. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is and. So we know that's the intersection. So there's 100 students here that cycle and take public transit, but 20 of them I already counted. So that should be 80. So we knew that was the intersection here. Now it says 80 students walk and use public transit. So here we go. walk and public transit, there's 80. But same as before, I already counted some. So that's going to give me 60. Done, done, done. Oh, aren't they nice? All right, 35 students walk and cycle. How about you finish the last part there? You can, I know you can see the pattern. So walk and cycle, that's here. So 35 minus the 20 I already counted, it's going to leave me 15. Done, done. All right, then our numbers get big and huge. 445 students cycle or use public transit. So, highlighter to the rescue. Remember I said, watch, and now we flipped over to or. So let's figure out which part of our picture is cycling or public transport. So here's my cycling. And here is my public transport. So there are 445 students that do that. Now, I was just about to panic. Whoopsies. So you can see that part. Because I'm like, well, I don't know what these are. But I can use this part. This says public transit is 370. So all of this is 370. So if my pinks area here has a total of 445, and I know that this whole circle here, and I don't care about all of this, but the whole thing altogether is minus 370. So that gets rid of that. And I know down here, okay, I'm going to do this again after in a sec. This should give me the number here. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. This part is this whole pink part. So there are 445 students in there. But this, that very first line said there's 307. Nope, not that color. Let's use orange. In this circle. So if I know this entire circle here is 370, I don't have to worry about the 80 or the 20, all of this, 370. And then this little chunk over here is 15. If I subtract, I should be able to get the people that are just cycling. So 445 minus 370 minus 15. All right. That tells me there are 60 people that are just cycling. Okay, now there are 265 students that walk or cycle. So you gotta be careful. Okay, I'm not showing you what I'm writing. What I want you to do is give that a shot. What are you gonna do with that? Okay, pause the video, please. Now, if I do, I plug in my block or cycle. Okay, that part should have 265 students in it. Now I'm going to take away all the little bits that I know because I have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, all of those. So there's 20 there, and there's 20 that take all, and there's 80 that take public transit and cycle, and there's 15 that walk and cycle. Oh, I can't forget, and there's 60 here. Okay, I need to just check that again. So I want this part. So I'm going to have to take away all of these numbers. So I've got, why do I have two 20s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let me try it again. There should be a 60 there. Are you guys yelling at me? You should have. And then there's a 20, and then there's the 80, and there's a 15 and the 60. Okay, there's 60 twice there. All right, 265 minus 20 minus 80 minus 15 minus 60 gives me 90. All right, so there, so we know where that number came from. Let's do a total. How many out of the 750? All right, so, whoa. All right, I was about to say we could figure this one out, but I don't necessarily need to. I know that public transportation is 370. So that is my orange circle. So these are all done. And then I'm going to add 60 for here. And I'm going to add 15 for down here. And I'm going to add 90 for here. Okay, so again, the 370 was this whole public transportation circle. So got rid of all of those guys. And now my only leftover numbers are the 60, 15, and 90. Excuse me, so 535 students use green. Transportation. Okay, I'm going to fess up. This is bugging me. I don't need it, but it's bugging me. So there's 370 in the circle, minus 80 here, minus 20 here, minus 60, 370 minus 80 minus 20 minus 60. It's 210. Just because I didn't like my diagram having that blank there. Oh, and look, there's some homework there for you. Okay, so make sure question's all done. How many students use green transportation? 535. And ta-da, there we go. End of the question. So this one's a really good one because you have to so pay attention, because you've got this one that referred to the whole circle. Then you've got the one, these three, that were the ands, that were whatever shape this is, right? And then you got the two with the ors that gave you kind of the double circle thing. So that is a really good question. There we go. And that is the end of 329. Thanks for coming.
video today.